is Sibley State Park. It was officially established in 1919. For me, this was a 2-hour drive. I was up and in the car by 6 a.m. Alright, starting here at the Sibley State Park Interpretive Center because they have a nice parking spot. I believe it's kind of semi-central in the park. Here's my baby. She'll be waiting for me. After taking a quick peek at the map where I completely ignored the actual descriptions of the trail, I settled on the hiking club trail. Now the map itself doesn't physically show the terrain on it. Had I have read the description of the trail, I would have been more informed about how many inclines there were going to be along the trail, be it trail that just went straight up, or kind of like these stairs that aren't normal stairs. They're longer and there are more breaks in the trail to prevent it from washing out. I'm pretty sure the loudest thing on the trail that day was me and my boots. It was a pretty cool morning. There was a lot of wind, which is why I have very, very little, if any, audio from the actual cameras. But with it being so cool out, it did keep the wildlife away. I think I saw 1 or 2 woodpeckers and 1 deer. And the squirrels didn't really start poking their heads out until I was almost done with the trail. It was a very rewarding trail. There were these points after multiple inclines where one side of the trail would open up and you're on the top of this massive section. I'm sure in like the fall or spring, those views must be even more stunning than they were for me. In the fall, when the colors are changing, that tower would be an ideal visit. I can just imagine seeing all the different colors in the fields, because you could see a little bit of forest, you could see some fields. It was absolutely stunning. The tower itself was amazing. I found out later that the tower, Mount Tom Tower, it was actually built by the Veterans Conservation Corps, which were veterans from World War I, built between like 1935 and 1938. And they also built most of the structures actually out there in that park. It was designed to be a specific lookout point, a kind of signature in the park. And in 1992, the park actually added the viewing deck. So that's newer structure. And that offered a 360 view for the patrons visiting the park. Eventually, the trail winds down along Lake Andrews. that section of the trail is extremely narrow, and it is right on the edge where it'll drop straight into the water. But the trees were just thin enough that you could see out across the water. And you could hear the sound of it hitting the shore. It was wonderful. And I finished my day taking a peek at the amphitheater out by the interpretive center and snapping photos of the different views there, which I am very excited to go back in the spring and see what it looks like, because that whole area is surrounded by wildflower and wild grass that in bloom must be an absolute rainbow of color.